This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael.
And Kirk. Guiding your noses today.
That worked! Good evening, sir.
Good morning.
We do got to figure out a better greeting. I get it. Yes, good evening is played out. It's washed, as the young folks say.
It ain't lit.
Nah. It's more like...
Is it unlit?
It's extinguished?
Lit and unlit? That sounds long. It'll probably be guished.
Pretty much. That's pretty good. Oh, you're horrible.
So,
Yes, sir.
nobody knows this till now, but we haven't seen each other for a while.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Oh, wow.
We're feeling commanding today.
I figured in honor of football season starting, I'm going to rep my team, regardless of the fact that they're trash.
Oh,
They are. I mean, it's cool.
shit on them.
I mean, I'm
Already.
still repping them. The Commanders. I got the original joint up here, as you see. But it's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there a new picture?
It's a W. It's on...
Oh, it's just the W.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We look like a college
So
team.
is it still the circle with a W, or is it just
It's
the
just
W?
a W.
Oh, I kind of wish they'd have kept the circle.
Me too. It looks like a college logo. Like we're not a professional team, but whatever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wonder
Hmm.
why they didn't keep the circle.
I
The
don't know.
circle had nothing to do with the...
I think it just didn't fit with the W really well.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm sure they had people doing different ideas.
Maybe they thought it was Odette.
W. Bush.
Oh,
So,
what's been on your mind?
okay, so last week, when you didn't see me, not according to podcast time frame, but in real life, I watched the movie Flight, the Denzel movie,
Okay.
and it's
Good. Let's pick a movie I haven't seen. Also,
I just
Continue.
saw it.
Go for it.
All
We'll
right,
see how it goes.
So, the question I have for you, sir, because I'm going to use the movie for the example because I'm not good at examples, as we all know. The question
It
is,
may have been mentioned.
are white knights allowed to have moments of weakness?
What?
Are white knights allowed to have moments of weakness? Are heroes allowed to falter? Can they make
Oh.
mistakes?
Of course.
But the reason why I ask, okay,
They have to save it in the end.
examples.
Well, I mean, you think about I'm trying to think of like every movie, especially like movies. I'm trying to think of one that like you meet the bad guy pretty early on and they lose that fight
Uh-huh.
only to win the final battle.
The bad guy or the good guy?
The bad guy wins the first one
Oh, yeah.
for the good guy to win the final battle.
Okay.
Like you have to sort of have that dip in the storyline
Right.
to get to the look at her. Look at her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, okay, I'll give you an example. Like, for the movie, basically he's flying a plane. He's an alcoholic and he's a drug addict or whatever. Not like hard drugs, but he pops pills and shit. And so, I mean, teach his own. If it's hard drugs to you, then teach his own. I'm just saying in general. So he basically lands.
popping pills.
So a bunch of turbulence and stuff outside of his control, regardless of his mental state.
Okay.
He's able to land this plane safely. I think it's 106 people that were on the plane. Only like 6 people died. Those lives matter. Those lives matter as well. I'm just saying they even like during the investigation, they were like, nobody should have been able to land this plane at all, let alone save the majority of the
special 100.
whatever.
Fuck
It was
those
like,
six.
no, it was like 3 staff or whatever, the flight crew, and then like 3 regular passengers. I'm just saying, see how you kill my stories every
Shit
time.
on the flight crew.
No,
Shit
I'm
on
just
them.
saying 3 of them
We don't need
died
her.
and 3 of them on the other side died. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Is that the point of the movie?
they're trying to investigate if it's his fault or mechanical failure. And they pretty much have the case in the bag that it was mechanical failure because they show like some proof of some screw that was supposed to have been replaced or something like that like 3-4 years ago. They never did it.
I'm probably not going to watch this.
Well, I've already ruined the ending. So too late. But anyway, this movie isn't new. This movie came out like...
Spoiler alert.
well, the movie came out years ago. This didn't come out last week. It's on Netflix though.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, sorry. But anyway, so the point.
Well, we're on a roll.
I mean,
what else you want to shit
now.
on?
So I thought the movie was good, but so at the very end, he's pretty much about to get off scot-free. The lawyer asked him, it's not really a court case, it's more of a Congress hearing.
Okay.
He's not on trial. But anyway, the lady's like, were you drinking at all during the flight? Because there was 2 mini bottles in the trash. And because they had turbulence, there was no drink service. So there shouldn't have been any alcohol bottles in the trash. And so at first he's like, no. And then they say, hey, was stewardess such as, I forgot her name, but she was the one that he actually was like involved with. Like they were like in a relationship or whatever. And he was like, no, I know she wouldn't have done that because she doesn't drink. And then but before he actually says that, he kind of like acts like he didn't hear. He's like, well, what'd you say? And long story short, at the very end, he was like, no, he admits that he was the one who had the alcohol. He said he admits he's an alcoholic and I'm a drug addict. And that's kind of how the movie goes.
Pills.
Yeah, so I thought about that. I'm like, he saved all these people. Yes, granted, 6 people died. But I'm just saying for a plane that should not have landed in pretty much at all.
True.
That's what I'm saying. So he had a moment of weakness. Or like, prime example, when Tiger Woods was the man. And then his wife was chasing behind the Escalade and hitting it with golf clubs. You know that whole, you know what I'm talking about, years ago?
When he was having the affair?
Yeah. So when that happened, everybody was like, we don't fuck with Tiger Woods. But then he made a comeback and started winning again. I mean, do you think we give our white knights or our heroes second chances?
Yeah, I think so. Excuse me. I don't know why. I feel like I'm
sexy sinuses, part 3.
Trying to eat a frog.
Oh, this would be part 3. That was months ago.
But I feel like sometimes in our society we have a really bad habit of like elevating someone very quickly and then enjoying that they fall.
I agree with that.
And then they have to, then if they dig themselves out, we applaud them again. And sometimes if they dig themselves out too good, then we hear like, we need you to calm down, sir.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can dig that. I mean, like when Tom Brady had the whole deflate gates. Well, Patriots been accused of cheating a few times. I think they're guilty of all of them, but that's besides the point. It doesn't deny how good Tom Brady is. But when he got his deflate gate whole thing going on, he got suspended. People were like, yes, and I forgot to get your beverage. I do apologize.
It's okay.
When I finish my sentence, I'll run over there.
No, you're good. You're good.
I got you.
I'll be all right.
Second.
Nope, I'll be just fine.
And so when he faltered, not that it was like some big thing, but I think people were like, yes, he ain't perfect. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah.
You too thirsty to answer?
No, I would say, I don't know if that's quite the reason that we like to see people fall. I don't know. Like, I sort of think about pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
I lose all the time. Listen.
It just one goal a week ago.
Now, if you know when this was recorded.
No, they don't.
So, but I lose all the time. What I mean is, like, I play, you lose. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to lose, yeah.
If you're the best quarterback in the world, your team has lost at least one game.
Yeah, of course.
So, to me, I'm very much like, I learn from every game I play. But I really learn the most when I'm losing.
Oh, how to fix it.
Like, well, when you're going, okay, I've hit that shot 15 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only I hit that shot all the time and it goes in all the time. And now I've hit it 15 times and only one time it went in. What am I doing? Like, what have I done this time? What am I doing differently? Am I, holding my paddle differently? Right. What is it? And so sometimes when you're down, that's when you have to like dig and really look at what you're doing more. And to me, you learn more from it.
Okay, I can dig that. But what about people like Floyd Mayweather has never lost? And most people hate him because he's never lost. And people buy the pay-per-view even now when he fights against like bums or like exhibitions. But they buy the ticket. They're not. Some of them are bums, but some of them are not bums. They're just not at the same level as he is. Okay. And he's never lost. And see, some of it maybe breeds jealousy. Not having your moment of weakness, so to speak. No?
I mean, sure. I would imagine his competitors are like, I'd like to be the one that beats you.
Right. But So then, is it better to have that moment of weakness throughout your career or life, or is it you think it's better to strive for perfection?
Well, I wonder if maybe he's had that experience in some other facet of life that he's applied to boxing.
Well, he can't really read all that well, so that's what they shit on him about. But I mean, you worth basically damn near $1 billion. I don't think you really need to read. Reading is fundamental. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, you need to be able to see your bank account and know that what's supposed to be in there.
If you can count the zeros, you good.
Huh?
But I'm just saying.
Got to know where the decimal point is.
Is that reading though, or being able to do math?
And the commas. I think commas are reading.
That's punctuation, but fair enough.
Same.
I know, but you can identify $1 billion versus reading a paragraph.
Not if you don't know how to read it.
But if you can count, you should be able to, right? He can't. It's not that he can't read.
How many
all.
zeros is $1 billion?
9.
Is that including the decimal 00 for the change?
No, then it'd be 11. Okay. Yeah, because it'd be 00 for the change, then 000 would be 1,000, and then another 000 would be 1,000,000. Then your last 3 zeros would be $1 billion. So 11 if you count the change.
Okay.
So $1 million. You haven't seen that movie either? I know. I'll just being stupid. It's awful.
I've seen Austin Powers.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you looked at me like I was crazy.
Don't test me.
I haven't seen all of them. I've seen pieces of.
Hey, go member. He's
I did
super
not like
bad.
Foxy Cleopatra.
I thought she did so good.
Foxy Cleopatra.
I'm Foxy Cleopatra and I'm a whole lot of woman. I thought she did so good.
Hell no, that shit was terrible.
I thought she did good.
You thought that shit was good?
I thought she did great.
Nah.
But I also think like that was sort of the beginning of her acting.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting Meryl Streep.
No, I know that. I mean,
but I was also like, it was smart of her to sort of play a character of sassy, like very much her music video.
Right. Yeah.
Like I think Beyonce in person in like everyday life is probably.
I think she might be boring.
Well, she comes across as a bit reserved.
Yeah.
Boring might not be the right word.
Same difference.
Reserved.
R.I.P.C. He's PC. Because you don't.
I don't know if she's boring. I think that would be hard for her to be boring.
Why? Because
she's busy.
That don't mean it's exciting.
I mean, it's making music videos and making music and
being rich is probably fun.
Clothing.
But doesn't mean
she
you
has
have
a clothing line.
But that don't mean you have a great personality. I don't know what her personality is. It's just what I see on TV. Yeah. I watched the HBO special she had one time. It was kind of regular.
She's not a good interviewee.
Is that what it is, maybe?
Yeah, I think because she's very good at like, I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you.
Oh, they don't let you in.
Put out there. Yeah, I'm going to put out there what I want to put out there.
I mean, that's smart.
But I think when you're that type of person, you have to think about every single sentence you're saying.
Right.
And I think that's why maybe she's not that good of an interviewee.
Because there's so much precaution behind it.
Because there's so much like, nope, don't say that. Don't say this, you know.
But I think people like some of that being genuine. Like Tom Brady was so buttoned up all the years he was with the Patriots. And he went to Tampa Bay. He having a good time. He got drunk after the Super Bowl and he threw the damn trophy to Gronk and they caught it and shit. Yeah. Like they were on boats in Tampa or wherever in Florida. Like having a party. And like he threw the Super Bowl trophy over the water to another boat. Tom Brady would have never done that in New England. See what I'm saying? So
maybe
I think
he
people. I mean, they won 6 Super Bowls. I mean,
maybe he couldn't.
Yeah, they were very buttoned up. You can't do that. That's not the Patriot way. But now he's human.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is, maybe. Because like Beyonce ain't really had no.
Well, I think
except the elevator.
Well, I think what helped her was the elevator.
Oh, and Lemonade too.
Lemonade.
Because she finally was not vulnerable. But
well, she got to be. I think the point was she got to be vulnerable because it was the first time.
It made her human.
Her dad was. I'm not. You're no longer controlling every step. Oh, absolutely.
Maybe so though. Yeah, because the elevator kind of showed us.
I think she also had something to talk about.
Yeah, because most of it's just I'm in love with the Sagittarius. Okay, you love Jay-Z. We get it. Well, he has the same birthday as my daughter, so that's the only reason I even remember it. But I mean, that's what a lot of her music is, in love or not in love. But then with Lemonade, to me, she got to be like this motherfucker ain't shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where we got to see, because the Elevator, I think, showed one chink in the armor of their perfect marriage, and
that was really Solange.
Exactly.
Solange is the chink in everybody's armor.
Pretty much. Her music is dope, but she's not buttoned up and all that like Beyonce. She's herself. And I like that about her. You like,
Here's my thing with Solange. I like Solange. I'm not a big fan of her music.
It's very black music. I like it. Not because it's very black. It's just good music.
I guess I don't like it because it's very black.
I mean,
that's what I thought.
You want her to make some very
say.
white music. It's eclectic. Ain't that what you called me a couple episodes ago?
But it's trying to be eclectic.
Oh, you feel like there's like it's an attempt.
You know what I'm saying?
Instead of it just it doesn't feel organic.
I can't do what my sister does,
so I got to do all the way.
So
the opposite.
Let me do the opposite of it, and I'm just sort of like.
But what do you expect her to do? That's what she knows. You got to think. Her sister is Beyonce. Probably one of the most famous human beings on earth.
Well, but like, for example, Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly's done house music. She's done, she's had her gay album, for the gays.
Okay.
Commander is one of the songs on her gay album.
Hey, watch your mouth, sir.
It's one of those songs on her gay album. It is.
What? But
it is a good song though.
Is it? Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Kelly's carved her own path. And I feel like with Solange, it's sort of like the whole Ashley Simpson versus Jessica Simpson.
She's still the little sister.
She like on purpose was like, I want to do this other kind of music because Jessica's got that music. You know what I mean? And what she did was good, but it was still like,
it was like
you're doing it because you can't do it better than your sister.
Well, see, I've never really heard Solange's music that sounded that. I guess maybe her early stuff would have sounded. I didn't really listen to the early stuff. I'll just be honest. But the newer stuff I do like. It's pretty dope.
But how new is the newer stuff?
2 years old.
Okay. I don't think I've heard that yet.
I think I might have.
I'll have to listen.
The timing off. I think it was.
But the one before that one, because the one I'm talking about was 5 years ago.
She takes a little while with her albums.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah.
Do your thing, girl. I mean, listen, she's going to the bank. She's just fine.
Yeah, she ain't broke. Yeah. But Kelly took a minute to find her lane to me, a little bit.
But part of me is like, I think that's what I liked about her is she was like, I just want to try stuff.
Well, yeah.
Whereas I feel like Solange is like, what's the opposite?
The complete opposite
of what Beyonce's doing? Erykah Badu. I'll just be Erykah Badu.
And we already got Erykah Badu.
And I'm like, girl, Erica's already here.
And it's fire.
She's doing just fine. Right. We don't need Erykah part 2. You know what I mean? She's still alive. She's still making music. Thanks, girl. But no thanks. You know what I'm saying, though? So I guess that was sort of it for me is I'm like, you can have multiple pop artists because...
Yeah. There's multiple genres of music. Yeah.
But...
There's only one Beyonce.
There's only one Erykah Badu.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's one Beyonce.
There's one Beyonce, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, you can still do like, I don't know, like I guess part of me with Solange is I'm like, dabble in a little Lauryn Hill sound. You know what I mean? Like not her sound exactly, but sort of that feel of.
Well, that almost fired a Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
But it was, my God, it was 20 years ago.
But it's a classic. She ain't fuck with that album. Is it 20 years?
What I'm saying is like I feel like with Solange, sort of like Lizzo.
Okay. I don't know what, is she alternative?
No, Lizzo's sort of going in this other direction right now, which is fine. I mean,
I don't know nothing about that one song
Live Your Life
everybody sings.
There's like 10 songs.
Living me down and holding me back. What's this shit called? Dun, 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 dun. It sounds like, how the fuck does it go? The one, never mind. I'm a bad bitch or something like that. She probably says that in other songs too. Never mind. There's one song that's like the one that everybody's singing.
Man, great.
There you
they
go.
Gotta be. Great.
Yes, that song.
Yeah, I think that's called Truth Hurts.
Okay, that song. That's the only actual song that I know. That's Lizzo.
Yeah, she's got a couple of songs from the first album the first big album. Because I think she had an album that did okay,
right?
And then she had an album that like Truth Hurts.
That made her come to the front,
right?
Okay, I can do that.
Her new stuff, I'm like, experiment.
But it ain't like that song,
one of those,
is it?
It's not. But I'm like, even that, like, to me, that was sort of the route that Solange should have went in. Like 2020 hindsight, but girl, not Erica. Leave Erica alone. You know what I mean?
I feel you. So who else can you think of that's had a stumble? Because like LeBron ain't never had a stumble.
Brittany.
Yeah, she showed her whole cooch on this.
Well, but I mean, that wasn't really her stumble, but I think hers was a bit more, well, you know, the shaving of the head.
Yeah, I know.
I think people enjoyed the cooch flashing, you know.
I never saw it. I would like to, though.
I'm sure
it's a cooch. I can dig it.
I'm sure it's there on the internet
somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah, I'll do my Googles.
Yeah, the old Googles.
I'm good. I'm always known for a good Google.
But I mean, I think if you don't stumble in some way, what do you learn from?
Okay, what about LeBron?
I think I've said this before on the podcast. Like, I don't need to see a drug addict coming from rehab to be like, I think I'll not fuck with drugs.
Right, I'm with you. I feel you.
But there are certain things like I wouldn't really know that unless I
experienced it.
Oh, that wasn't good. Let me not do that again.
Yeah, because we definitely learn from mistakes. I mean,
I'm sure LeBron has
not any publicized ones though.
Well, and even LeBron also has all these other people that have come before him whose stumbles have somehow become public, and now his PR people have all their
they got
fellow PR people's mistakes to learn from. So they may be covering his stumbles.
They might be. Who knows?
You know.
But I mean, only stumble that I would say he's really had, which I don't really find as a stumble, was when he made the decision. It was called The Decision. It was the TV special for where he was going when the first time he left Cleveland.
Okay.
And he went to Miami. He said, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach."
Okay.
You heard about that, right? Okay.
Well,
he did that. Everybody's like,
invested.
People were like, he made a big spectacle and he made it about him, but he raised like a few $1 million for the Boys and Girls Club just by doing that special. So even then he faltered in the public's eye or whatever, but that wasn't nothing.
Well, again, I don't think it's the public's eye. I think it's people that are just loud. But also I think it's one of those things where who cares?
Well, of course, on the grand scale, who
cares what you think?
Yeah.
Joe sitting on your couch.
All right. Michael on
wherever the hell, you know, commanding presence, whatever.
That was a good one.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares?
Right.
Life goes on. He's fine.
Of course, on the grand scale. But I mean, you don't think it would bother
everybody is talking about something.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about somebody.
Yeah.
Talk about me. Okay.
I don't care either.
Do you know what I'm saying, though? Like,
yeah.
He's laughing all the way to the bank. He's perfectly fine.
Yeah, he's a billionaire as of like a couple weeks ago. Or I don't know, this year.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it must be nice. Must be nice. We're the same age. I'm doing nothing with my life.
Well, we did discuss choices.
Well, I didn't choose to be 5'11", but tell people I'm 6 feet tall. That's just like he didn't choose to be 6'9".
Well, he chose his path in life.
He did. I ain't mad at him.
Because I know plenty of people that are 6 foot tall and they're not. 6 plus and they're not.
This is true.
Yeah. Just saying. I'm sure, you know, other people know people too.
Would you risk if you could have made it to the NFL, would you risk NFL for TBI?
No.
Really?
No. I listen, I want my brain intact, and when it goes, I want to be put out of my misery.
So you wanted to go because of its own volition, not because you got hit in the head
Correct.
too many fucking times.
Because that just seems dumb.
Really? Why is that? I mean, if you got to take care of your family,
I'm going to play the game that I love, but I'm going to lose my brain in the.
Not everybody gets TBI though.
Girl,
not everybody gets TBI.
I know. So far they're 200 for 200.
Not everybody
batting 100%.
Not everybody's fucked up in the head that came out the NFL.
They all have at least some level of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hell, you can get that from a bad car accident. Some level of it.
Well, choices.
I don't think that's a choice.
Well, unless somebody hits you.
Fair enough.
That's a choice on their part.
So do you think there's any faltering or any mistakes that our heroes can do that they can't come back from? Besides like illegal shit. Obviously, if you kill somebody, you get put in jail forever, then there ain't nothing to come back from.
I don't know. You might be more famous.
You think so? OJ is. What? OJ is famous for killing Nicole and getting away with it. And the other guy, Caitlin. What's his name? I'm not trying to mess his name up because the guy's dead. I'm not trying to be funny.
I think his last name is Cato, isn't it? Or is his first name Cato?
I know one part, but either way, one part of his name is Cato. I'm not trying to be funny to somebody who's dead. But
was that funny?
You know, I told you. It's cool though. But no, he's famous for killing somebody, 2 people, and getting away with it. He ain't, I mean, also the NFL, but.
I mean, he's also famous for being the juice.
Hey, got that squeeze right on there.
He may have choked too long.
Pretty much. Oh, yeah. You know he did that shit. He just got away with it. You can't say it as a white person. You can't confirm or deny.
I mean, here's my thing. Whether he did it or not, it doesn't matter. Right, because the court found him to be not guilty. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. They can't try him for it again.
Oh, they got his ass for stealing his own shit back. Did he not? And he got a bunch of years for that shit.
How sad is that?
Well, he's a dumbass. If you get away with double murder, sit your ass down forever. Go hide away, live off your retirement checks from the NFL.
He may not be. I don't think
he does. He got out and had a couple million.
I don't think that he still has a couple of million.
He does, because his pension checks from the NFL just stacked up while he was locked away. And when he got out, he didn't have like 50 million, but I think he had like $2 million when he got out. Because the family, when they sued for the rights to like all the profits from the book and all that, they only have rights to the book, but they don't have access or rights to his pension. So he's chilling. I think he's in Florida somewhere chilling. He stumbled and is kicking it. I mean, he did. I don't know how long he did for stealing his own shit, but it felt like he was in there for like 10 years, but I don't think it was 10 years.
Maybe. It might have been 10 years. I mean, you got to think that was 93?
When the murders, the trial was
like
happening?
All of it.
Yeah, but the stealing your own shit back, I think it was late 90s. Might have been early 2000s.
I think the stealing your stuff was early 2000s.
Yeah. And then I think it might have been a good 10 years. Yeah. Damn, we are old shit.
I mean, this is my 20-year high school reunion.
Yeah, it might be next year.
I don't think we're having it.
I'm not going.
I didn't go to my 10.
I've never been. But I think our 10-year one, they had it at like a bar. It wasn't at the school. I think they had it at like a local, maybe not a bar, but like a restaurant. I don't know.
Is that a question mark?
I mean, you don't know the answer.
As though I was there.
I heard you might have swung by. No.
No. But I think, I mean, even like looking back at like Greek mythology.
Okay.
All of their stories.
Oh, like Icarus?
Stumbles.
Yeah.
All of them. I mean, Icarus is an example,
right.
But I mean, all of them they're called epics.
Right.
Epic poems.
Yeah.
But they all have multiple stumbles.
Yeah, Hercules.
And in the end,
all of them, yeah.
You know, the champions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, I think the reason that is because I think people long ago realized that that's just life.
Yeah, but I guess it's just a bigger deal when it's such a more famous person. But I mean, yeah, I do agree. Even us peons like myself, we all have our mistakes. But I think, do you think it's more so how we bounce back from those mistakes or how bad the fall is?
I mean, I would imagine a public figure. I mean, I think they just go about their business and then.
You think so?
Yeah.
You might be right. I'll give you a prime example. I was listening to another podcast that I listened to. They have like 500,000 listens a week, so they won't be named. Anyway, so Gary Owen.
Undisclosed.
Yes, undisclosed other podcast. Gary Owen was on there, right? You remember we started off with Gary Owen.
We sure did.
Here we are.
As an example.
Yes, here we are. So, he went through his whole divorce proceedings, all that stuff. They're not officially divorced yet, but he talked about it. But he said when all that stuff came out, he was like, holy shit, like my life is going to be over. My fans not going to support me no more. He said, shit, he had to go do a show in Baltimore. And he said at the beginning, he was living on the road, like hotels, Airbnb, because, I mean, he ain't going home.
Yeah.
So he said he only had like his laptop and he wasn't going out and about because he didn't want people bothering him. He said, man, he was going on the internet. It was fucking with him. He's like, man, I'm over. My career's over, blah, blah, blah. He went to Baltimore to do one of his shows. That bitch was jam-packed. People came out, clapped. had a great damn time. He said he
Yeah.
went to another show in Cincinnati, wherever it was. I can't remember exactly, but Cincinnati, not too far from us. And he said he did a show there, sold out, no problem. He said nobody's ever run up to him in the streets and be like, "You cheater," or whatever, wild shit like that. So life does go on, even for famous people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That might, because sometimes you just probably get in your own head and you're like, "Oh shit, oh shit."
Like I would imagine if Kramer. I can't think of his real name.
Michael something.
I
Why
would
you gotta have the same name as
imagine
me?
if he would have. Well, I'm trying to think of an extreme example.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if he would have waited a year
It probably would have blew over.
and then started like slowly doing stuff again, I think people would have forgotten.
Yeah,
or
black-
enough people,
Right,
would have
because
forgotten.
black people are not his prime core audience anyway.
Right.
So it's not
Right.
the abundance of us niggers in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just being honest. Like,
Correct.
we're not his demo.
Is it okay for me to agree with that statement?
Yes, you may not want to repeat the part that I said, but yeah. But you know what I mean? That's the other thing. That we're not his demo. So we're not rushing to the clubs to go see. His name is Michael something, but
Yeah.
Michael Richard?
Yeah. I think
There you
that's-
go. Yeah,
I
people
think
not
that's-
rushing to the stage to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, if he would have waited a year and then came back out, I think he'd have been fine.
Pretty much.
But I think him waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, it just made people like talk about it more.
You think so?
I think so. But
Oh,
I think
yeah.
if he came out now, he'd be fine again.
Oh yeah, man, it would suck at first. You might have one dumbass in the audience say something
Yeah.
stupid.
Or hold up a sign.
Yeah, I'm racist. But once you get past that,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna give a shit.
Well, you just kick him out of your show.
Exactly. I wonder what he's doing now.
I would imagine that he could probably live off the money.
Oh yeah,
that he made from
Seinfeld. Yeah,
Seinfeld
yeah. I'm
for
sure he ain't broke
ever.
Yeah. Hell, do you know they?
Yeah.
I think I told you this one time. I don't know if it's on here or not. But they tried to offer Seinfeld money to do the reboot the show,
Yeah.
and he was like, "For
no.
what? I'm probably not
I'm glad
because
he
he's rich,
didn't.
but I think he said it kind of had ran its course or whatever."
I'm glad he did.
Me too.
Because some of the reboots have been a little
Trash.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to watch the reboot.
Will and Grace was funny.
They rebooted it.
Yeah, they rebooted it, and it was funny for like a couple of episodes. But I didn't have cable at the time that it was coming back out,
Mhm.
and we don't have the same need for it. When Will and Grace first came out, it was this huge deal
Yeah,
because people were like,
There's like the one show that had a gay character on it. Yeah,
and they had two,
there were two.
Will and Jack.
I thought Jack was the gay one. Wait,
Have you ever seen the show?
yeah,
More than an episode?
yeah. Oh, one's just flamboyant, one's not, but they're both gay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Back then, I just thought the flamboyant one was gay. I was like, the other one's not
You
gay.
didn't think it was weird that the other one was married to a man.
I remember that. I thought it was married to. I thought
They
Grace
talked to-
liked him.
They lived together.
Grace?
Grace and Will.
How he had a whole husband if he was living with a girl.
Well,
He's like, if you use your common
the
sense.
show started with him having a huge breakup with his fiance.
Oh, I didn't see the season premiere. I just had seen episodes over.
Well,
the
they talked about it a lot in the first season. I'm almost sure that they referenced it at least every other episode.
Well, see, I didn't identify
Michael
with the show.
was
I
his
just thought it
name.
was funny.
Michael, which you would think that you would catch on and
I
remember.
don't think I started it from the first season. Like I said, I would catch episodes here and there because I didn't have cable either. But it would just kind of be.
And then
if
he
it-
got married to a man,
No, I didn't get that far.
Vince.
Okay, you were an avid watcher. I just caught it from time.
I
to
just watched the show. I wouldn't say that I was an avid watcher. I would say that the show came on and I would just watch it.
time. Fair enough.
But it was also a show that wasn't really for the gay people to watch per se. It was more for straight people to watch and get.
Better understanding.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing though.
No, I mean, I think it's a good thing. But I think when it came back out, straight people didn't need it anymore.
Oh, because we had more variety. How long, give or take, how long ago did they reboot it?
4 years, 5 years ago.
Oh, that's
It
it?
ran for like 2 or 3 seasons. And
Yeah,
the
4 or
cast
5
was
years
like,
ago,
"We're
we
good."
wouldn't have needed a.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a gay show, even though it's not a gay show.
I don't think it would be more than 5 years ago. I could be wrong, but I think it was
Yeah.
like 5 years ago.
Well, see, that's kind of like how they
6 years
rebooted
ago.
Fresh Prince and made it Bel Air. It was a reboot, but to me, I like it. Some people say it sucked. But it's to me, it's not copying the show. It's just using the premise of the show. He goes to live with his aunt and uncle in Bel Air, but it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
It's like very serious.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a reboot, but it's not.
It probably won't last.
You don't think so?
Have any of them lasted?
I don't know.
I think Fuller House lasted for.
And that was only on Netflix, wasn't it?
It was, but I think it was because it was the characters, but they were their new age. It wasn't a reboot like the Connors before Roseanne
screwed it all up. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean it was Roseanne, and then now it's called the Connors.
Yeah,
I think it's still on. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It was good though. Even with Roseanne, when it first came out, I think it was good.
I think what made it good was they just sort of came back as their agents.
Yeah, it wasn't like we have a whole new show with all the same. Right. It's like what's been going on these 20 odd years, whatever the time frame was. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, Bel Air is a whole. These are the same characters in name, and roles that they play, but their personalities are completely different.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. Some people don't like it. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because they have talked about rebooting Martin, but I would not want them to bring back Martin with no Tommy, and Tommy ain't alive no more. So Michael Cole, Thomas Michael Cole.
That's a lot of Michaels.
Michael Thomas. I'm not. God rest the dead. I think his name is Michael Thomas.
God rest the dead, you say?
Yeah, well, yeah. But I don't think it would be. I don't think they could reboot that show without Tommy. Because you got to think, Tommy he ain't got no job.
They made Next Friday and Friday After Next without Chris Tucker.
Yeah, but he didn't die. He was in rehab. And there's a difference between in the real world if the actor doesn't want to play that character versus the actor's dead.
I mean, what's the difference?
I mean,
can't play and don't want to play. What's the difference? Still ain't playing.
Is that the case?
Still ain't playing.
Fair enough. Did you like the second two Fridays?
I did.
You think they're better than the first one?
Yeah.
See, I think some of that is. I think we already talked about it here one time.
Money.
But no, I think it's the nostalgia of the first one because the second one didn't come out right. You see, you got to watch them basically back to back to back.
Yeah. When
you're living off just the first one for a good, not forever, but a good while.
It was like 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You watch it. I watch the shit like damn near every weekend.
Yeah.
As a kid. So this is amazing. And then you finally get the second one. You're like, oh, this is good too.
Yeah.
So this
is good too.
I mean, this
is good too.
Well, the second one is actually pretty funny. The third one I'm not that crazy about.
I'd have to watch them again.
And the third one don't suck. It's just.
I probably won't though.
I mean, they all have this general premise. We got to get this money to pay the rent.
Yeah.
Not rent, but get this money to pay something.
Yeah. That's
kind of all the Ice Cube's movies though. Except for the Are We There Yet? That's about him and Nia Long, fine ass. Trying to be together.
I do like her.
So fun. Ooh.
I wish that Will Smith would have picked her.
In real life?
Yeah.
Me too. But we all know how I feel about Jada.
2020 hindsight.
Do you think,
okay, though.
Speaking
That's
of.
I don't want to get slapped. I can't afford.
Man, I wish that Negro would run up on me. I'm going to be stupid rich. But since we're talking about falls.
Oh, God, here we go.
Does that count as a fall in Will's career?
It'll never not be associated with his name.
Pimp smacking the shit out of Chris Rock?
Yeah.
But do you think he can bounce from? I think he can, obviously. It's Will Smith. But.
I think he'll be perfectly fine. But it'll never not be synonymous with his name. It's sort of like Chris Brown. I love Chris Brown. I'm not trying to drag up the past, but since we're talking about falls, the whole Rihanna thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
You think enough time has passed, though?
Yes, but it will always be attached to his name. Yeah. No matter what he does, no matter... And that sort of... that.
I think that's not fair.
Well...
Not hitting women. I'm not saying that's
life's not fair.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, because I don't even think they were like adults when that shit happened. Let me not bring up old shit.
I think I think he was like 19, 20.
Yeah, but never mind. I'm going to leave that one alone because I am.
But, but I mean, it's one of those things where, we don't know the story. We don't know anything about it. And I'm not saying that she's not a victim. I'm not saying any of that.
No, have you seen the joke that D. Ray Davis said?
Oh, God.
It's funny as fuck. He said, it is a good joke, though. He said, it was at the time, not last week. So this is an old joke. He's like, y'all talking about Chris Brown beating up Rihanna? You don't know what she said in that car. She might have said, nigga, you can't dance. It's not funny, but it was funny. You know what I mean? Like, it was good. You know what I mean? So his feelings might have been hurt. You can't dance. And he did some stupid shit on stage. It was funny as hell. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me stop laughing. I'm not trying to be insensitive.
Well, no, I mean, it is what it is. So what?
I thought she had walked past. I was about to speak.
Oh, I think she's sneaking through. No, I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where even though it'll always be synonymous with his name, he's doing just fine.
Yeah, but you know, I seen an article literally this week. He's still not allowed to perform at the BET, like a few venues. He's not allowed to perform at award show.
Yeah.
Certain ones, not all of them.
Janet Jackson, I don't think can
Good
perform
evening.
at the Super Bowl.
But yeah. Janet Jackson can't pull a titty out again? No more titty? Do you know she got flack for that? Like she pulled her own titty out.
Yeah.
I recall there was a white man that pulled the titty out. He didn't get no pushback. It was cool.
Because the women were jealous of her.
Of the titty? Or who pulled the titty out?
Both.
We should call this jealous of a titty.
We won't, though, because he'll forget, and this is deep into the episode now, so we'll not find that.
I might find it jealous of a titty.
But I mean, I think a lot of it is jealousy. I mean, I think we're finally getting away from cancel culture, thank God, because that was
I don't think
that was too much.
I think
I think now it's a joke.
Yeah, it's not taken seriously.
It's not. No. I mean, I don't know if it was ever like taken seriously.
Oh, I think people lost some jobs initially.
I think so. I think that part of it was short-lived.
You think so?
Because it's been a joke for a long time.
Nah, because I can't remember how long. You remember that lady who was harassing that black dude, that Karen, and she was and she's not famous.
I don't think Karens will ever die.
Nah. See, they got this particular one, this black dude was literally bird watching. For one, what black dudes you know be going bird watching? But I mean, he actually was super nerdy black dude. Cool, whatever.
There's actually a lot of those guys.
I know, but
you don't know that.
Not at all. I don't know not one. But anyway, this white lady came up and she was walking her dog without the leash. Remember that she like used her Karen powers to call the police and said, "Oh, this black guy's like harassing me or some shit," even though he was recording her and was saying, "Could you put your dog on a leash?"
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm pretty sure she lost her job.
I hope so.
Me too, but I'm just saying, do you think that aspect of it has gone away? Sir,
can we be real for a moment?
Let's be real.
White women for a long time have been the victim no matter what's going on, and I'm liking that we're realizing white women can be evil too.
We all can be evil.
I'm just saying. White women very much were the damsels in distress for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think now we're finally, you guys, the straight people, are finally realizing what the gays have always known. White women can be evil too.
Oh yeah. Oh, you heard about the lady who lied on Emmett Till? They tried to retry her and they dismissed. I don't know if they dismissed it, but she's not getting punished for it. But she's like 1 million years old. White woman victimhood, I'm just saying.
Great. I'm uninvested. The problem is I'm uninvested in all this stuff because I wish a bitch would.
As for the manager.
You know what I'm saying? In the real world, in my daily life, I wish a bitch would.
As for the manager?
Any of that shit.
I'd like to speak to your manager, Kirk.
Do you know what I'm saying, though?
You can't reach ours, but you know.
I'd be like, good luck if you get in touch with him. Let me know.
Yes,
tell him I said, hey.
Yes.
I might be having a new manager soon, but I don't want to jinx it.
You got it. It's in the bag.
Oh, God. We'll see.
EA
Whatever.
Sports is in the game.
Huh? I have to hook up the Wii.
Yeah, I'm going to come in there and kick y'all's ass.
That's okay. I'll come down.
Wow, you want me to kick your ass on the Wii in your house, your humble abode?
Yeah.
How many controllers you got?
You're not coming. It's fine.
Don't do that.
It's okay.
How many controllers you got?
It's okay. 3 or 4.
Yeah, you get dusted off. It's cool.
Yeah.
Wii Sports.
I think I have 3 or 4.
Okay, yeah, I dust you off. I never got a perfect game in Wii bowling.
You're fine. You're not coming. It's okay.
So he says.
So, history tells me.
No.
So, what were we talking about?
Heroes and their falls.
Yeah. Chris Brown's fine.
Oh, yeah. But that does suck. He can't perform at certain places anymore. That's been a long time.
He's totally fine.
Oh, he ain't broke. Hell no. He's eating.
Here's my thing. The day that they did Birthday Cake together,
that should have
repealed should have repealed every single thing. And I'm not saying that she can't make money still.
Or make amends.
Not
that she owed him an apology.
It's completely up to her.
It happened with them too, not us.
It should not have even involved us, the
and
public.
That song was fire.
Anyway.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
I do like this.
Yeah, that shit's hard. I wish it was longer though. It's very short.
I do like the song.
Yeah,
well, there was an extended version that got.
Is it?
I think there was an original version, and then there was the actual song that was called the extended version, but it was a full song. They both had a verse.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. I thought because the one I've heard has always been short.
Yeah,
there's a couple Trey songs.
You know, you want to bite this.
That shit was hard though.
Yeah,
that's a good song.
That's a good song. I do. I like both of them. Yeah. I think that was the hard part of that whole situation is like I remember the first time I saw the video for Run It, the first time I heard Run It, I was like, this is a star. Do you know what I mean? But also with Rihanna, the first time I heard Ponda Replay, I was like, I'm feeling you, girl.
Nah, I thought she was cute, but she had that big ass forehead. But then that second album came out, I was like, okay, I see you. She had a lot of forehead.
SOS?
What's the name of the second one? I know what SOS is, but I'm trying to think of.
Was SOS on that song? No.
I started liking Rihanna's music. Ponda Replay didn't
Umbrella.
suck.
You probably started with
there
Umbrella.
you go. Yeah.
When Jay-Z got involved.
Yeah, it made it cool.
Male rapper.
Rihanna, where you at?
Well, we know when a male rapper's involved, it's okay.
It's a hit.
When a, quote, female rapper is involved, it's not as cool.
Props. I mean, I heard Nicki's new one. I don't like it. A Super Freak or whatever that shit is. Of course you do. You're a girl. Now you know Gabby's in the room. Hello. I love that song, bitch.
Camera one, hadn't talked to you yet. I don't know if you guys have called on to the misogyny in the room.
You're trying to say I'm sexist? I've already admitted to that.
Just making sure they called on to it.
Oh, you want to emphasize that I'm sexist?
No. You've admitted it a few times.
Absolutely.
Just for our new listeners.
No, I don't like the song, though. I don't like the beat.
Well, you don't like females, but...
I love females.
Well, for different reasons.
Okay, musically,
not
I don't
so much
give a
when they're
shit.
speaking. Not so much when they're creating stuff, but when they're tied to the bed, it's a little better.
Absolutely.
But I think, unfortunately, a lot of men feel that way.
Yeah.
Straight men.
We're not going to go down that path today.
But you know what I'm saying. But you just happen to be the live example.
Much. No, the sample isn't that good on the beat. Because I used to make, not that I was famous.
I'm have to listen.
The sample, it's a Rick James sample.
But I love, I do like that one.
I don't know how to beat. The beat's
I thought that was a really good one. She's got some really clever lines.
I didn't say the rap sucked. The beat I don't care for. It's not a good sample. It's not a good, effective use of the sample.
Moving on.
That's fine.
So we can't even have this conversation because you're in your own world.
I shit on Drake's album like a month ago. Remember?
Because it wasn't a rap album.
Well, most of his albums are only half rap, and they're fire. All of it.
But they're at least half rap.
But I like the songs that are just
all house music.
Yeah, Beyonce's house music album is fire. That shit with her on that astrological unicorn, that shit is hard. I listened to it.
I got a chance to see
I see all the women posting. I was like, let me see what this shit is about. And I played that shit going to work down there, way down south into New York. And it was a good album. That shit was fire. I've repeated a couple songs. I was like, this shit is hard. Yeah. For real.
I like all of her stuff. There's been very few songs of hers that I was like, we could have left this one.
But this one, if you listen, it's like one, not literally, but if you listen from front to back, it's like one continuous song.
Yeah.
But like different, I don't know if I'm going to explain it right, but it's like one long ass song, but the beats are different. But it have you heard it?
Yes.
Am I tripping?
No. I've heard that that's how the song.
It feels like one long song, but it changes enough to where I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
but it's fire though.
Yeah,
it's fire.
I've heard it's really good. I need to sit down and like listen to it. I just haven't yet.
It was good. Like it was really good.
Yeah,
I got to give her props. I don't shit on all women, and not because I'm scared of the Beehive. It's a really good album. It's fire.
Yeah. Well, good.
Yeah.
It's not rap.
I know.
You're okay with them when they sing.
Yeah. I like it
Just
when they
not.
rap, just not all of them.
You're a liar.
You didn't have no Raptors quote today, so I don't want to hear it. You didn't like them today either. You got one?
Well, I was thinking about. See, my problem is. Well, I shit on.
You shit on your girl with 504 in, or was it the other one?
Huh?
It was featuring 504.
Usher.
Oh yeah,
City Girls.
City Girls, yeah. But you shit on somebody else.
We just some city bitches. That's one of the lines, and I'm like,
that shit was trash. And you played
like,
that shit for me at work.
bad.
That shit was terrible.
in my coochie print, and I'm like, oh no, like that's camel toe. Why are you excited about your camel toe?
Because I mean, there's ain't nothing wrong with a good camel
Listen,
toe.
when somebody has a moose knuckle, I'm not like, oh hey girl, with your moose knuckle. You know what I mean?
I've admired a few camel toes over the years. Just been like, oh, that's nice, and went on about my day.
You're just confirming that it's there.
I know. I need confirmation. Don't want to get catfish. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, I could see that for you.
I can see that.
I could see that for you. No, I think Nikki's another good example.
Nikki can rap.
What I mean is of the like she's had her faults. You know, she's had her like
the dude she married
where
to,
they like called her out for stuff or whatever. And I mean, she's been fine.
Yeah, Meek had his fall. Drake had a little fall with Pusha T. But that, I mean, he's so famous that nobody gives a shit now.
I feel like with Drake, his big fall was dumb. It was the thing with Chris Brown.
No, he had the one with Pusha T when we all found out.
None of the white people know about Pusha T.
But y'all found out about that little boy that he was hiding the world from.
No clue.
You didn't hear about that?
I'm uninterested. I'm uninvested.
So you're checking out the rappers, but you won't listen to Drake. And he said, I'm not hiding my son from the world. I'm hiding the world from my son. I was like, oh, that was clever. That was bullshit, but it's clever. You didn't hear that?
No.
Yeah, that's when he got a little boy named Adrian. Ain't his name Adrian?
Oh,
Adonis.
I did hear about
Excuse me, Adonis. Adrian.
I did hear about the song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I didn't.
Yeah, it got exposed on a battle.
Okay.
You don't give a fuck. On today's episode of Nosey with Good Intentions, we update you on a little boy that's like 7.
Yeah. Listen, Drake won me back over with the hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
In the condom.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were talking about some music. I don't remember him referencing those.
First of all, have you ever heard me called music hot sauce?
Swag. I don't know. I thought you were talking about Beyonce shit. You never heard
Did
that?
I say swag?
That hot sauce in my bag. Swag. I need it. I want it. Oh, I'm already sitting.
Have several seats. No, I think I don't know. Drake, was that really it was fall?
Not really. It was a stumble.
I don't think anybody cares that Drake has a child.
No, it was how Pusha T came at him with the song. Even Drake addressed it on the shop with LeBron and was like, yeah, man, I didn't want you guys to be disappointed in me. And I was like, nigga, who gives a fuck? I mean, hey, buddy, who gives a fuck? I mean, you got a kid, so what? Even though she used to be like
some of us have 3.
Exactly. You got 1. Heaven forbid. Must be nice to have 1 little boy and you're a billionaire, basically. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it was on the timeline for like a day and like all news in culture. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I've said that a few times.
You said it for regular people. Which is also applicable.
Who cares?
I mean, I told you nobody cares, but hell, if we don't talk about it, we ain't got no podcast. We don't shit on the podcast.
We don't really talk about like celebrities' lives. Who cares?
No, we don't. Just today. Because I mean, you're my hero, but you haven't faltered. Oh.
Nosey with good intentions at gmail.com.
Whatever.
Feel free to email us. We also have Instagram, Nosey with good intentions.
We'll call this episode Kirk's My Hero.
We also have a TikTok. Hadn't really done anything lately on there, but maybe one day.
Today.
You never know.
We got a little extra time. We might do something today.
You never know. You never know when the star burns bright.
Hot ass mess.
Feel free to email us if you're listening. Please feel free to rate us on whatever podcast interface you're using to listen. We also have our YouTube channel.
We do.
So hopefully you're watching. Hi, camera one. We're just sitting here looking at Michael's bullshit. So please join us.
Look at my bullshit. What I do?
Just being yourself.
I know, I'm full of shit. It's cool.
Another hat episode today.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot the other. Forgot a bucket for next week's episode.
No bucket hat.
Nope.
Okay. So please like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Check us out. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video, which is about every Tuesday at 11:30. Unless Michael doesn't show up.
Whatever.
So far,
I've showed up.
He's only missed one. 2? 1.
2 in a year and a half.
2.
That's good.
That's pretty good. For you, that's pretty good.
Wow. I've been on CP time.
I'm at 0.
I mean,
in comparison.
you've canceled, but you've given me a heads up.
Much notice and offered alternatives.
Whatever. One of them is not my fault.
Just saying.
The other one is. One out
Just
of
saying.
a year, over a year and a half. Yeah.
Just saying.
That's fine. Whatever. You know what? What else?
We also have a Snapchat.
Absolutely.
If you have Michael's phone number, it'll come up as whatever you have him saved as. If not, it is Nosey Podcast, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nosey Podcast. We also have a Twitter. She's gimping behind. Nosey Good.
Yeah, she just gets a post once a week when the episode comes out.
Well, check it out. Follow. Why not? It's free. All of that's free.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You're not losing anything.
That's what it is. Thank you for listening to our Nosey Nonsense.
See you next time.